Despite the double overload, tower is still a pain in the butt to deal with for the hero. We'll see how it goes. Game number 2, of course, going to be underway. I don't know how that works out. Like, you pick Storm so confident that Wind Ranger goes offlane. Like, that's telepathic.
You think? I don't think the matchup was going to be that bad. I think
it is pretty bad. We've seen it pretty bad before for the Storm. You can't play with Overload. You can't walk up to Static Remnant, and you can't use Electric Vortex. Like, she'll just Power Shot Wind Run you. Like, we have seen that the Wind Ranger pick into Storm multiple times before. On a lot of lands as well. The Mag is okay, but you can play with your level 3 here on Storm. Even though the threat of Skewer back is there. Like, it is somewhat playable for Storm in comparison to Wind Ranger.
Well, it's going to be a bit of a wraparound here. Radiant Jungle is where they'll go through MAG.Yolo. Plenty of wards already being placed around the Radiant Jungle area. Just watching the whole of that right side of the river. Sentry ward placement is good here from Red Panda. They will be able to spot the ward on the high ground thanks to the Static Remnant of Butterfly effect. MAG.Yolo is still hanging around, still looking for that initial team fight. Ulu might run up for the bounty rune here. Does not see CZY yet, but does think better of it. He will back off. Spidey senses were tingling and ensure he does remain safe. So it is going to be a 2-for-2 trade on the bounty runes. MAG.Yolo unable to find the level 1 team fight they wanted. But of course we can start with the mid lane where you've already kind of spoken quite a lot about it. It is going to be Butterfly effect against Yamo. And so what you seem to believe that the Storm should have a much better time here against the Mag.
It's better than the Wind Ranger. It's still maybe not the best. And level 3 timing for Storm is nice, but that puts you in firing line for Skewer. But you can play with some decent harass with the Overload at the very least. Yamo, I'm keen to see what he does go for. Like, the most common is like the 302, of course, on the mid. Butterfly effect will have to watch his positioning for the most part. But again, he's not going to be as threatened. It's still fairly safe for Yamo overall, so it's not bad. I'm just really curious. Maybe they didn't feel... Maybe they prioritized that kill threat over a safe lane, which is fair. Level 3, again, the big point for both sides. Once you have that level 2 Skewer, that's when threats can line up. Taking a look at the other lanes, though, up top, you do have Trading Blows. So dropping low, actually, down bot for Red Panda early. So that pressure in Candy Loon and CZY already coming into play.
Ooh. Oh, he missed the power shot? I mean, I guess it happens. A bit of an awkward power... unless he just didn't channel it long enough and it just did no damage.
Nah, it was a very short channel. Yeah, like near instant cancel.
So it was just a short cancel. Well, that's all right. Maybe a bit of an error there from Can. Who the hell knows? I think you could have actually gotten that kill. That's 170 damage on level 1 power shot.
Yeah, would have been nice. No creeps to block that first hit as well. It does miss out on the opportunity, but it's fine. They get the pull off with CZY, control the lane. This is a pretty decent lane for Ulu to farm in. And the threat to kill onto Candy not that high to jump this Wind Ranger with Wind Run. Unless you get your disable on Red Panda in the nick of time and manage to just apply those slows or the Earth Shock quite nicely here, but should be a stable farming lane for both sides outside of that kill threat with the chain stunning, which is bigger on MAG.Yolo. So Candy Loon should be enjoying this one. Up top, getting some aggression out onto Vinessi. But no major threat. Trading blows with TK first. The Venge Luna lane coming out once more. So you've got that stable double stun lane on range up against the Centaur. Not the comfiest for Irving. At the same time, Luna range again is pretty short. So it's relatively easy to walk up for the hoof stomp. And relatively easy to try to line up for a double edge here if an opening presents itself.
They do move in. Vinessi, he's going to get stunned. Blast off is there. Irving still diving, has the double edge. Doesn't seem to need it, but or maybe he should have, because Irving is now going to go down. But he does at least get the trade of the Luna first, and does get the first blood gold bonus.
Yeah, does line up nicely. Just a little bit of a risk. Does pay off for Irving. Don't mind that. The Venge finding EXP is still pretty nice, but not the biggest deal. They do find the bot line as well in CZY. Just a little bit of an overextension for that Lotus. Have to watch that positioning and respect still the 1-1-1 build on Ulu, which is highly effective in the chase down.
Another double hoof stomp coming out from Irving. A lot of damage being dealt here between this Techie Centaur. It's kind of the thing, you get stunned, it's just too much damage follow-up here from TK. He does have the blast off back up, so one more stun on Vanessa and he is just as good as dead. Same goes for the Venge, it's just up to Irving to land the hoof stomp first so that the follow-up can happen from TK. But they are really having to play on edge here in this this safe lane of MAG.Yolo. It is not feeling very good.
Yeah, it's slow going, and it is getting pretty painful. You already have the raindrops picked up by Vanessa just to mitigate some of that damage coming out here. The mid lane is where it's starting to hurt a lot for Yamo. He does opt for a 2-1-1 build instead, understanding that going up to the storm, copping a remnant and double overload is risky for the skewer back. So Butterfly Effect is kind of running away with that lane. Not too surprising, but still playable for the Magnus, although that slight lead for Butterfly Effect is building up.
Meanwhile, top lane, Vanessa does die in pretty much the exact same way that was just described. He cops a hoof stop, cops a blast off, cops a sticky bomb, and he's down. Bottom lane rather, Candylune has also been caught here by Ulu. Will continue to run past the tier 1 tower, but it is not going to be enough. He is down. The Ursa will have his way with it. CZY was roaming into the mid lane to secure a water rune for his mid, but it does mean that they do lose the offlane Wind Ranger.
Yeah, and that's a nice pickup. Again, just playing Wid when Wind Run is forced out, you get the lift, you waste a lot of duration, and you find that opening for Ulu to just run down with a level 2 Fury swipes. Damage stacks up pretty fast. Good openings being found here by the side of Team Bright, and a great start for Team Bright to kick this off to. Like, you have this Storm that's having a pretty free time, has level 6, so the skewer back threat is completely gone. Butterfly Effect can just start focusing on farming and potentially looking for the power rune as they dive top again.
I mean, the duo is very strong with the Centaur Techies. It's kind of hard to get away if you do get stunned initially here by Irving. Well, the Venge is just not having a good time whatsoever. It just doesn't matter who it is. If they come anywhere near the Centaur, they are pretty much as good as dead.
That they are. I expected them to really play this lane a little bit more passively off the back of that. Use the magic missile more defensively when you see the movement in, or just to stop the blast off if you're quick enough on the cast. Still, again, great openings from Team Bright. They managed to secure themselves the amplify damage rune on Butterfly Effect as well. So he's free to do what he wants. Is going for the TP play top once more.
Vanessa is going to get caught here by the blast off of TK. Did have raindrops, I believe, to protect a little bit. Oh, a nice RP. Yamo will find 3 targets, and Vanessa this time will survive. Yamo to the rescue, handing over a double kill here to the Luna. And thankfully for Vanessa, he bought the raindrop, so he does barely survive long enough.
And that was really awkward from Butterfly Effect as well. Like, he had to zip twice instead of just getting one long zip to get the amplified damage ball lightning on. Ulu finds Candylune down bot at the very least in exchange, but you lose a lot top. Like, that's a great showing out here from Yamo. Just getting the skewer RP. Again, just small mistakes from Team Bright once more. Like, that double ball lightning cost so much mana and cut off the damage of the ball lightning from the tower, which might have been enough to find that kill.
Now bottom lane. The Ursa maybe getting a little bit far. CZY and Candylune are both there. CZY still being chased here. Red Panda, in fact, more TPs incoming. Ulu going to be very cautious. This is a lot of TPs coming out for the Ursa. He is still just chasing down CZY, knowing he's just dead. And CZY just going to be able to get away as Ulu will hand a killing spree now to Candylune.
That's not worthwhile for the side of Team Bright. Really aggressive movement out. And they will at least find Vanessa in exchange, so our safe lanes are, well, trading blows at the very least. You are still better off here on Ulu, slightly ahead of our Luna, but Vanessa will be able to catch up farm quite fast with Luna anyway, so it's not the biggest problem. Doesn't need to wait for anything like the Battle Fury that Ulu is building up here. Back and forth game 1, game 2, 7-5 in favor of Team Bright, but a very marginal lead overall for Team Bright as well, with a couple of unfortunate circumstances, especially up top. MAG They are starting to build up some stacks here, so some good farm to flow in for Vinesi with that Morbid Mass to clear out. And is just taking that safe farm. But there's some good vision here from the side of Team Bright. So they are aware. It's great vision to capitalize on with your Storm as well. MAG.Yolo just ensuring that no one's going to be crossing, keeping eyes, keeping 4 heroes in the bot lane overall, leaving top free. Just wanting to maybe look for that opening with Candy Loon here.
Stun is out. Ulu, he's the target they'll go after. Canloon, he'll pop the focus fire on the Ursa. Red Panda is around to try and help out. They'll throw the shackles on the Ursa, but he's going to be alright. Instead, now they're the ones that need to run here. MAG.Yolo, there's a lot of TPs incoming. CZY in danger. They do take down Red Panda first. CZY somehow still alive as now the chase is back on for Ulu. Canloon still has the focus fire going. Ulu, no one wears off, but the RP is there. Ulu will go down once again as TK will show up, will take down the Wind Ranger. A complete mess here down to the bot lane. As our Storm is still trying his absolute best to get some form of a kill. He will take down the Venge, but Yamo now will find TK, and it's just butterfly effect in the mag left down at the bottom. Who did that actually favor? I don't know. It was a 3-for-3 trade at the end. And in fact, MAG.Yolo, he did come out with a better gold exchange, so it seems like it was better for them.
It 100% is way better for MAG.Yolo. Only lose their 2 supports. You had to drop your safe lane for the off lane here on the side of Team Bright. And Ulu, I mean, his Battle Fury timing's already thrown slightly off. Not going to be too happy about having a target painted on his back. He is above in net worth in comparison to Candy Loon, but he's the safe lane Ursa. And catch-up farm for Ursa, you know, it does need a Battle Fury to really scale up faster. Whereas for Vinesi, again, just hits the jungle with a Morbid Mask. No problems here for the Luna. So, MAG.Yolo finding the better end of the deal. Also getting some great activity out on Yamo. Blink Dagger for our Magnus not too far off. Team Bright smoking out with Butterfly Effect and TK though. They've got the burst damage on hand if they find an angle. Good ward up top to try to sneak around over.
Absolutely. The Butterfly Effect and TK will head up north. Vinesi is farming that area. CZY was also close by, but they'll avoid the Lion. In fact, Vinesi gonna run the right way, does avoid the gank incoming. And CZY also gets through the Twin Gates. So nobody gonna drop here from MAG.Yolo. In fact, Ulu's the one that may have been spotted here by CZY. Pings are coming out. CZY, he wants to try for it. With the Ursa alone, it won't be the hardest kill in the world. Mind you, there is still a tier 1 bottom tower to worry about. So you do have the TP rotations here from Team Bright if they so wish. And Ulu is just going to leave the area anyway. So nothing going to come out of this attempt here from CZY. And instead, it seems like MAG.Yolo might apply a little bit of pressure onto the bottom tier 1 tower here with the siege creep that they still have standing. And that they will. It's, Team Bright not really too interested in trying to defend this.
Yeah, just gonna go for it. They already took top in exchange anyway, so they have some forward reach to compensate for losing control down bot just a little bit. And yeah, they're more than happy to play a bit of a farming game. You've got a Magnus with Empower that can clear out fast. You've got a Luna that's comfy in the jungle. They are always under vision though. But they find Red Panda.
They do. Red Panda will go down now. Yamo will happily take that kill on the mag. It's a very slight net worth lead the way of Team Bright, but it just feels like anyone's game at the moment. Like you do have the Centaur and Storm at the top of the net worth board, but it's still extremely close between all these cores.
It is. And the only one really suffering is Candy Loon and, to an extent, Ulu, but again, Ulu can recover pretty fast once the initial item is found. I would like to see a little bit more activity out from Bright. I think with the Blink of Irving coming close, with their vision game still being this strong across, with this nice line through the middle of the map, they've got a lot to play with to just look for that jump. The tier 1 mid is holding them back though, so it would likely help if they could siege, but again, the siege isn't the quickest on Team Bright unless they bring the numbers. Smoke out from MAG.Yolo. Again, they've got the Blink RP ready in Yamo. Just needs to find a way in, but the mines will tell of a rotation here.
They will. Still they come. Butterfly effect. Oh, he might get spotted there. The RP, they'll commit immediately. But do they have the full-off damage?
Stolen
They'll
RP?
stun him up. Stolen RP, Red Panda! He'll find 3 of them. And they are just going to melt. Perfect RP still. They were not expecting the Rubik to be around. And of all things, Butterfly effect will survive for another day.
That was clutch out from Team Bright. The instant stampede to get Red Panda in the middle to get a huge RP to just set up. And just enough time for Butterfly effect to back off. Again, the Mind's giving the information allows them to huddle up closer there on Team Bright and just reposition a bit. Like, it was further out for that movement from Yamo because Butterfly effect was already on the retreat. And that just buys enough time. The delay response from MAG.Yolo means the burst isn't there. And seconds buy lives here, as they'll be able to siege onto that mid-tier 1 to open up the map to allow these smokes and plays to start to pour out from Team Bright now. So, a big win. Finding the kills, saving the storm, taking out the objective that's holding them back from ganks. MAG.Yolo losing a lot. The only blessing they have is Venezi is farming, but that's all he's been doing this entire game anyway. And that is to be expected. Still a rough spot for MAG.Yolo. Not the biggest deficit, 3k down, but Team Bright, you know, once they have this Battle Fury and Ulu, after one more team fight on the back of that, it's straight into Roshan, and you have to be concerned about that Rosh timing with Ursa.
You do. Another smoke here. Well, they found Candlewood this time around on that offlane Wind Ranger, and he is just good as dead. With the Orchid now up on Butterfly effect, they can truly be much more aggressive here on Team Bright. MAG.Yolo now the ones that are kind of trying to avoid any kind of engagement to come. Still sitting as 3 on the west of that Dire jungle, but there's going to be plenty of heroes coming in. Red Panda goes right for the lift up onto Yamo. TK moving in. Stampede has been popped. Yamo trying to get away, but gets RP'd by the Rubik. He is down. They will find the Venge to boot. And now, I mean, if they want Roshan, it is freely there for them. Ulu is right around the corner, and that is exactly where they're going to go by the looks of it.
They've got the output, and they've got the frontliner to just cop that Rosh damage here as well. No full Battle Fury for Ulu, but doesn't matter. Fury swipes will still get this done. And with no threat from Magnus coming in, free Roshan for the side of Team Bright. Again, just this stolen RP doing so much work coming out of here from Red Panda. And he has fixed his gameplay, Mike. You know, he didn't die twice in lane this time. And it makes all the difference for him. Blink up now as well. With a stolen skewer, he's got a lot of kidnapping himself.
He sure does. Immediate twin gate usage through to the bottom lane. Now Candlewood is showing on the creep wave, or was at least, while the creep wave was still alive. Will be left alone for now. I don't believe Red Panda really saw him. The 5k advantage now standing for Team Bright. With an Aegis up on Storm, it's very hard for MAG.Yolo to even think about going for any kind of smoke rotations. So we are going to see a cheeky scan onto Yamo. I don't believe that's going to lead to too much anyway, but just a bit of information gathering here for Team Bright. They have also managed to farm up their Battle Fury on Ulu, so his farm is set to escalate quite quickly on the Ursa. Perhaps a smoke to come here from Team Bright, as they do remain gathered in that mid lane. In fact, they'll infiltrate the Dire Triangle, but nobody's going to be around the area. Obviously, they do seem very desperate for another big fight, understanding how powerful they are at the moment, but nobody's showing from MAG.Yolo.
Yeah, the timing just being a little bit off. They've got the sentries down on MAG.Yolo. The vision has disappeared. They'll take a glimpse up top. Mass TPs.
CZY already down. That'll be about it, though. That they get CZY, but everyone else is able to casually walk out of there.
Not the biggest kill for all of that time spent waiting, but they'll take what they can get. Not really going to be able to commit onto a tower just yet either, so just back to farm and pick-offs if they can find it. Butterfly effect, every single rune going his way. Shield rune to help him sustain up front now as well. Could get a good jump down bot, but the tier 1 still stands instead.
Jump in onto the bench. Find another. It's the thing with the Storm now. Like, you're at the stage where he could just zip on anyone. And with a +1, you can basically kill anyone here on MAG.Yolo. The Butterfly Effect going to have a lot of fun this game now. Understanding he's basically unkillable for the next 2.5 minutes. For MAG.Yolo, again, they're just playing the avoid game, trying to get as much space for Vinessi as possible. Vinessi nowhere near the stage yet where he's going to be a real nuisance. Like, he's working towards the BKB. He's got the shards in the way, but I don't think it's going to make much of a difference right now, as Candloon will drop once again. Butterfly Effect just continuing to camp the dire triangle area, and as soon as somebody shows underneath their vision, he just jumps in.
Just gets that kill nice and easy. No big commitments necessary here from the side of Team Bright. Very straightforward pickoffs to just build up that lead that Butterfly Effect has for himself. Kaya not too far off now. Some good timings lining up here for MAG.Yolo, though. BKB for Vinessi, so he can sustain up front as long as he isn't chain stunned. Provide some angles for the Luna now to take some part of these fights, as they will smoke up on MAG.Yolo.
They will.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
MAG.Yolo grouping up at the top lane. Oh, Ulu may get caught here on the Ursa. That's a big target if they could get it. Hex is out from CZY, pops the finger with the Earth Spike immediately. Even the RP committed. They'll find the Ursa, but now they've got no spells left. And a stolen RP again from Red Panda. Gonna lock them down. Can they keep the fight going? It seems like they may, as they have lost the Aegis on Butterfly Effect, but he's happy to keep the fight going himself. TK and Red Panda, though, both dropping. It's not really a bad fight at all for MAG.Yolo. A 2-for-3 exchange. However, Vinessi gets caught out. And now it looks a lot better for Team Bright.
Yeah, that's an awkward start for MAG.Yolo, committing the RP only onto the 1 with the Ursa, providing that opening for the steal. Team Bright in the right spot as they were on the retreat, immediately re-engage. And again, the stolen RP from Red Panda doing wonders here for the side of Team Bright. Secondary life for Butterfly Effect being highly effective as well, with the early BKB usage coming out there from Vinessi. Like, didn't even hesitate, even though they commit everything on the Ursa, already pops his BKB on the Luna. And that cost them for the follow-through. Still 3 minutes until the next Roche, so not going to be able to hunt for much here on Team Bright. But they have opportunities to still play the pickoff. There has been room to de-ward on the triangle, so that manhunt that Butterfly Effect has been bringing out is not going to be there anymore. At the very least, they cut off that information. They're clumping up bot, starting to group up, are scanned out. And Team Bright could try to force something out here if they really wanted to after this tier 1.
They may. Tier 1 tower being targeted. Irving's going to jump in, trying to find some backline targets, and he does see Avenge. Vinessi is very far forward. Does get his BKB off. Will be alright for now, as they'll turn their attention onto the Centaur. But Irving is a pretty tanky boy. Vinessi now in the middle of nowhere. Will get jumped by Ulu, and Vinessi, well, they'll try to swap him out, but he's as good as gone. Onto the Wind Ranger. Candloon also getting caught. Will drop. They'll pick up the Venge to boot. Irving now godlike on the Centaur. 3 down for MAG.Yolo, and they're onto the tier 2 bottom tower. I mean, why not?
Again, the scan setting up for that, knowing that they've got move right after taking tier 1. Will find the Tormentor for themselves as well, with a free shard for TK. So some additional protection with Reactive Razor, Taser, Disarm. 13k lead for Team Bright. Game 1 seems to have woken them up here, as they are just crushing the side of MAG.Yolo now. MAG.Yolo feels like every move they're trying is just being read quite well by Team Bright. They've got control. Tier 2 does still stay standing for now, but they can set up for next Roshan. Minute and a half until that objective is back up. And all they need to do on Team Bright is just set up for basically one more fight into Roshan, and their opening is found. Mind you, MAG.Yolo still has play. The threat of a bigger RP from Yamo is still there. Just needs to be able to commit it onto more than one hero, and needs to be cautious of the Rubik. But as long as you don't give away RP, I guess, or you catch the Rubik in the RP, you're pretty happy here on MAG.Yolo if they can find that sort of angle.
If they can, though. I mean, MAG.Yolo are really just starting to fall apart. has not looked very good for them this game too. Not out of the game yet, but although the Luna just not doing anywhere near enough, especially once the BKB wears out. It's pretty damn tough to survive the onslaught that comes after. They'll just farm the top side of the map. They'll look towards the top tier 2 tower here, Team Bright. They should eventually have no issues taking this one out. I doubt we'll see much of a defense to come. MAG.Yolo currently just busy pushing out the mid waves and ensuring the tier 2 mid tower remains safe. So it seems though the TPs are coming.
Vanessa.
Well, Stampede out. Swap is there. Irving is going to be able to get himself a venge kill. Vanessa at the very least does get out thanks to the swap, but the chase is on. Butterfly Effect will actually find Candy Loon instead. So the Wind Ranger now down as Vanessa is still just running. Irving not able to keep up. We'll have to watch the Luna run away, but they do get themselves 2 decent targets.
I mean, the Wind Ranger being held back this badly in this game, it's not having any effect. Candy Luna's underneath TK's farm. This is basically a third support right now on the side of MAG.Yolo. Just not able to really contribute Candy Luna this time around. It needs the BKB, wants the utility of the Atos, can't find the farm with how much space is being taken here by MAG.Yolo. Swap onto Yamo.
Oh, he'll be okay. I had that pin at like a second longer of a TP. He may have actually just died of the Ursa, but he's going to be alright this time around. Again, I think the state of the game is going pretty horribly here for MAG.Yolo as they are now 17k net worth behind. The map mostly feels controlled here by Team Bright, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be slowing down anytime soon. They are currently waiting for MAG.Yolo to try and venture into that dire jungle. Irving already found Vanessa on the Luna. They'll swap him out again. Vanessa, a bit of a sitting duck in the RP. Yamo, he does find 2 targets with that, but everyone's just so low. Vanessa basically looked like he killed himself there. Just kept hitting the Centaur with the Retaliate going. He just basically ended his own life as, well, Candyloon now. Candyloon's gone.
Yeah, they clean up once more on Team Bright. They have a really good position. No big stolen spells this time from Red Panda, but the follow-up is there. A very split-up fight. The rear end, early pop there from Vanessa on the Eclipse right after the swap. Storm not going to stick around under that spell, of course, so does manage to get a clear time up front to help clean up after the tank cops most of the damage. 4 for 2 trade. Team Bright at the right spot at the right time with her vision. Did have a superior position to break that smoke on MAG.Yolo. And now the high ground, well, not going to begin in earnest just yet because there's a Roshan available here for Team Bright to fall back to. Roshan number 2 with a cheese would be a safer pickup for sure. Get the D-wards going as well, as the last fight did give that information out. And MAG.Yolo, I don't know, like, your options are growing limited. This Luna needs so much more farm to really feel like a threat. If you're barely matching Irving's farm on a Centaur, which is not ideal. And we used to talk about this with Luna in the past, Mike, where it's almost like, in a way, it's like Alchemist. You know, it's a hero that farms really fast, wants an item advantage. You don't have that this game for Vanessa.
Nope, you certainly don't. Vanessa and the squad just kind of falling apart again in game 2. At the very least, Team Bright is not looking to rush going high ground. They'll probably just wait for the next Roshan respawn, which actually has happened already. Roshan just currently sitting on the top left side of the map. Seems like Irving is going to find it. So Team Bright, they'll move in for the Roshan. There is also one outer tower still standing in that bottom lane, which I'm sure they are looking to address. Roshan will roar to give it away that it is happening, but obviously it's not really going to matter. MAG.Yolo not in position to try and counter this Roshan. We'll just have to let it go down. Be the Aegis going the way of Butterfly Effect once again, which I really don't disagree with at all. I think Butterfly Effect is playing a real nice game here for his team. They will head down through the Twin Gates towards the bottom where Vanessa's about to show on a creep wave. And immediately the zip is there. Vanessa will BKB up, try to TP away, but is just going down. They have the Basher anyway available on Ulu, so he probably would have gotten a Bash eventually. And Vanessa, he is without buyback for the next minute.
That's the opening for the side of MAG.Yolo now. Gonna hunt for more.
Onto the Venge they go. Butterfly effect. Nice easy pick up here onto the Venge. No issues.
Now, just the cleanup crew. Butterfly effect with the pickoffs once more. High ground opens up now for the side of Team Bright. They will have to respect the RP from Yamo once he gets into position. Is working onto the Manta as well to dispel off some control here. And again, still has that BKB RP ready. But it's going to be a straightforward path here for the side of Team Bright, taking care of the last outer tower first. Onto the high ground they'll go. Has to be a nice RP from Yamo. Is not quite at the base yet, but... Oh, butterfly effect.
He's got an Aegis up, that's the thing, and even if he didn't, I actually don't think they can really kill him at the moment on the Storm. So they get CZY. They are lacking a creep wave though. There was some creep skipping that was happening thanks to Yamo. Zip forward, they are... Oh, Vanessa! Oh, Vanessa's just gone again!
Okay.
And they are just getting wiped. Candyloon now in danger. BKB trying to run, but he's gone. Yamo's the only one left standing, and Yamo... Oh, GG is called. He just pops the RP and accepts it. Well, that'll be game 2 going the way of Team Bright. MAG.Yolo, you know, having a decent game 1, but game 2, they just seemed like they stood no chance.
Yeah, start to finish, just went Team Bright's way. I think a couple of things for MAG.Yolo that didn't pan.